Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
Tonight, we step into the glowing streets of Oaxaca, where December is scented with spices, fireworks, and the earthly scent of freshly pulled radishes. But beneath the laughter and celebration lies something far older, a story whispered through generations, tied not just to art, but to the spirit of the land itself. Some legends are born from imagination, some from memory, and some from the roots beneath our feet. Welcome to La Noche de Rábanos, the night of the radishes. Sit a little closer to the fire. This one goes deeper than you think. Long before Oaxaca became a vibrant center of art and celebration, farmers worked its fertile valleys, guided by rhythms older than the colonizers to come and older than written calendars. The radish was introduced by the Spanish as they carried it across the ocean on their quest for conquest. But what's important is what happened when it touched the soil. Oaxaca's earth is not passive. It remembers, it keeps stories, and it binds itself to those who work it. And when the radishes first took root, the people said the land accepted them. A foreign plant, yes, but one that grew in the deep, rich darkness where ancestral voices already slept. Over generations, radishes began growing unnaturally large in some fields, swollen and twisted, contorted like figures frozen mid-movement. Farmers joked that they looked like spirits trying to escape the soil, but the elders didn't laugh. In their folklore, the great spirits tied to mountains, crops, and weather all lived in the ground, and they influenced growth. A strange shape wasn't just a vegetable, it was a message. So the earliest farmers carved these odd roots into recognizable figures, local gods, animals, and symbols, as a way of naming the spirit inside. They believed that the naming of something gives it order, it keeps chaos from creeping in. Generations later, this quiet practice survived as Christianization folk tradition. Vendors carved radishes to attract customers during holiday marketplaces. Eventually, the city embraced it and became a celebration. But the carving was always more than just decoration. There's a legend that tells of a peasant farmer named Don Lucio, remembered not by official records, but through families who still whisper his name. He lived during the early years of the colonial era, when new crops were taking root and traditions blended. Don had a gift. He could sense the heart of the earth, a pulse that only the oldest farmers recognized. People said his shadow stretched long at dusk. Animals watched him pass with reverence or fear. He tended a radish field unlike any other. Each year, strange shapes bulged beneath the soil. Humanoid twists, jaguar-like curves, serpent spirals. Villagers believed these shapes were earth spirits trying to remember themselves, half-forgotten beings reshaping whatever root they could reach. Lucio carved each root carefully and gently, as though finishing the work the spirits began. He didn't impose a form, he revealed it. One winter, a particularly violent storm swept the valley, tearing roofs from homes and flooding fields. When villagers went to his plot after the storm, they found something unsettling. The radishes weren't just twisted, they were hollow, as if something had emerged. Don remained calm. "They're restless this year," he said. "The earth wants to speak." But the villagers were uneasy. Hollow roots were bad luck, a sign that the spirit had left its vessel. The next night, he didn't come home. His lantern was found at the edge of the field, flames still flickering. And around it, dozens of radishes carved with hollow eyes, staring toward the forest. No body was ever recovered. Elders said he became a protector, offering himself to the land. Others whispered that he walked into the forest following the spirits he'd carved for years, returning to the place where the earth remembered him. This story aligns with their authentic beliefs, the land claiming those who serve it. But modern urban legends claim a lone figure still roams the radish fields before the festival, a man with earth-stained hands and a lantern that never goes out. The Zapotec worldview sees the earth as multi-layered, a living being with openings, channels, and thresholds between the human world and the spirit one. Certain plants, especially those with deep roots like the radish, were believed to be able to pierce layers of the underworld, carry their prayers downward, hold ancestral echoes, and even absorb memories of the land. Though these plants weren't originally indigenous, they were quickly woven into the belief. Because they grew fast and deep, elders said that the radish could steal shapes from whatever spirit or memory its roots brushed against. So when strange shapes appeared, carving them wasn't just decoration, it was a way to honor or control the spirit's form. In the 1990s, during the festival's busiest decade, Artisans claimed a radish appeared among the submissions that no one recognized. It wasn't carved into a saint or a dancer or a mythical creature. No, this time it was the face of a man. A very specific man. Some said it looked like a missing local carver. Others say it resembled a beloved vendor who had died earlier that year. A few others insisted it looked like a farmer from the old stories. But the most unsettling part? Everyone swore it was carved before anyone touched it. One artisan said, "I couldn't see knife marks. It looked more like the root shaped itself." The judges removed it quietly. They didn't want tourists hearing about it. Locals whispered the shape was a remembrance, the earth trying to recall someone it once knew. In legends of the area, there are nighttime spirits who walk the land during harvest periods. Not malevolent, but not harmless either. They move through fields, ensuring balance, punishing greed, and rewarding respect. They can appear as animals, shadows, or even the wind itself. So when the modern urban legend claims that during the night of the radishes, figures walk between the stalls inspecting the carvings, it isn't a pure invention. It's a reinterpretation of an older belief. Some festival goers swear they've seen root figures that shifted shapes over time and carved radishes moving overnight. Are these hallucinations, coincidences, or old spirits making their rounds? The artisans, the ones who work with the roots year after year, say only one thing. Always respect the land, respect what grows, and the land will respect you back. Today, La Noche de Rábanos is joyful, wild, and creative. Thousands come to see artistry in the vegetables, but some come for the stranger aspects, the stories that don't make it into the travel brochures, the ones that are told quietly, late at night, after most of the crowds have gone home. Because in Oaxaca, the belief remains. The roots remember what the earth has seen. They grow towards stories, and once in a while, they carry one back to the surface. As the flames settle and the night deepens, keep this with you. Every festival, every carving, and every strange root pulled from the earth is part art, part memory, and part mystery. The Noche de Rábanos celebrates creativity, but it also echoes the ancient beliefs that the land watches, listens, and sometimes speaks to us. As we leave you here, remember, the legends of our weird world are boundless. If you've enjoyed the stories, please share, like, and subscribe to our channel for more content. Your support enables us to keep these stories alive. Until next time, stay curious and listen for what grows beneath the soil.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.